Anyways, back to the heads. So these heads. Now let's talk about these. They're considerably lighter than cast iron heads. I seen that one guy put a review on YouTube about these heads and kind of said that they were good and all this other stuff. Hey, look, I found my keys. Dude, this garage is in such disarray right now. I don't even care. But anyways, so I saw one review on them, and for what they are, they are what they are. They come loaded with the springs, which I have those over here, and top retainers, and the spring pocket guides and all that stuff. So, you know, let me show you what it is. Oh, and I'll show you this valve tool that you're going to want to get if you ever do this. It's from Proform. Anyways, they come loaded with valves and valve springs and all that, guide plates. I'm going to use these guide plates in the 3/8 stems here, just because a lot of people say they're cheesy. They seem pretty good to me. I mean, you know, I'm not really running a real high lift cam, so they should be okay. They did do a little bit of trimming on the intake ports. Overall, the outside and looks like all the cutting is pretty good, but I will get down to this, and this is the actual numbers of these heads that I got, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was not happy. For the money I spent on these heads and the money I'm going to wind up spending on these heads to get them right, because with any camshaft you have to have the valve springs set at a certain installed height. Now, I had all these shims right here, okay? Half of those were installed on these heads. Half of them, okay? There's a lot of shims in here, okay? So let me get down to where I was at. I'll get my cam card here so y'all can look and see what... Sorry, blocking the deal. Okay, so I went with Comp Cam's Extreme Energy 26612. And it's got a gross valve lift of 544 on the intake, 555 on the exhaust. Duration at 50 thousandths. You know, it's 216, and then exhaust is 224. You can look at this cam on YouTube and listen to how it sounds, and you know, in different aspects. So this is a roller cam, and it's strictly made for a roller application. The valve springs it comes with is the 987 16s. They have an installed height of 1.8 inches. All right, yeah, I don't know, I'm being dyslexic. So anyways, it wouldn't work for me, because basically this is my measurement from the spring pocket to the valve spring retainer, and that's how you measure the installed height. The installed height is the spring on which it sets installed, and you want to make sure that that's correct, because every every cam is set at a certain spec, and you can go on YouTube and check that out for your own, because that's what I did. I did a lot of research, and basically I've never done it before. I've never done valves or, you know, set up valve heads or anything like that. So, you know, if I don't know it, I'm going to learn it. So I went on YouTube and just started reading up on stuff and how to do it, and you know, there's a lot of informative stuff on there. So, you know, go check it out for yourself, because I'm not no expert by no means, but I got a pair of calipers, and you know, I know how to read them. So however, this is what I came up with. The ranges from spring pocket to spring retainer were all over the place. I mean, the highest was 1.99, the lowest was like 1.8. I'm running a dual spring, so I'm gonna have to go in here and get this turned down to the same height as the original spring pocket, because there's an actual boss right there, see? So I've got to have this turned down all the way down, because the inner spring on the dual spring setup won't sit there like it's supposed to be. But I had valve shims on all the intakes, all the exhaust, on both heads, and that is acceptable, but not as acceptable. It would be acceptable on a rebuilt situation where I took my cast iron heads over there and had them turn them down and all that stuff, and you know, they can put a height micrometer on there and make sure to turn them. I mean, these guys are turning these things out so fast. I even called them and told them that it was bullshit, that I spent $800 on heads that would have these type of measurements all over the damn place. I mean, come on, man. You're cutting them, you can check them, and that's it. You know, I mean, I don't know. It just bugs the hell out of me when a customer like myself spends that amount of money on a product that's supposed to be somewhat bolt-on ready. Now, I know I'm running a different cam, and it's a custom cam, but I mean, for the variances to be at, you know, 199 at the highest and 1.8 at the lowest on the exhaust, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So anyways, I dialed it all out. I got different locators coming in for the new springs I'm getting. I got the 950-16s. These are the springs I'm going to go with. These are from Comp Cams. These are all the specifications on the spring. And I got this spring and talked to Comp, and they said it was going to work. It's a little bit off on the open pressure, a little bit off on the spring rate, but it's right on the money on the installed height, which is 1.9. And I made sure to check everything else. So it looks like the heads are going to be all right. I just got to do a little bit of machine work. But, I mean, it's literally taken me 2 weeks to figure all this stuff out and, you know, think about what I'm doing, what I got to do, because, you know, you don't always have a guide you can turn to and say, hey, you know, is this the right thing to do? You know, because I'm just a basic mechanic, but, I mean, I've worked around engines long enough to know, you know, what the hell to do. But this valve train crap is just, it's a whole nother era, which it's cool. It's a learning experience, but I didn't want to have to learn it, you know. I just wanted to have to bolt some stuff on and get going. But I guess sometimes you just gotta, you know, dig your hands in there and make sure that you're doing it right. So right now, what else am I waiting on? Tomorrow I've got to go get the oil pan gasket. I got to get longer bolts because the ARPs aren't going to work because of this rubber gasket, and the pan with the pan rails are just too short. So bummer there, man. It just sucks. Guys, if you're going to do any type of valve work, dude, go to proform.com or look up Proform valve spring compressor, dude. That thing right there is badass. I mean, it is just. I got one of those Craftsman deals that I don't know where it's at. It's underneath there. It's a looks like a clamp deal. Throw that shit in the trash. You don't even need that. I mean, I don't even know why the hell they sell something that don't even work. Dude, I had a valve spring valve spring retainer shoot at my ceiling because that thing was crap. But this thing right here, all you do is turn that baby on the stud. It's got two different sizes. You got your 7/16 and your 3/8. All you do is pull that little pin. Where's it at? Pull that little E-clip right there. Pull the pin, slide it on out, and flip it around, and you're good to go. And vice versa. So, anyways, you spin that baby on there. And this is just on, you know, studs. And then it's got this little fork. Okay? And you got your little pipe that you stick on there. Dude, look at that. You know how much control I have with this? Even with the heads off. You put a little rag underneath there. I used a little block of wood, you know, to keep the valves from moving. And you kind of hit them with a little rubber mallet to kind of waken the keepers up, you know, free them up a little bit, a little oil on there, and you just boom, and it sticks. You put your fingers down there, grab your little keepers, you're done. Bring it back up, go back to the next one. And you know, I'm all about, you know, saving a buck, but man, this really saved my ass. And I'm glad I bought it. It was like 50 bucks, I think. I got it on Amazon. And you know, for what it is, man, and what its purpose is served for, dude, there we go. That's all I needed. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get this done. Another thing, if you get roller rockers new, let them babies soak in some oil. Manufacturer says about 24 hours, let them soak. They've been in here, about 4 days now. And I got it's an old party mix, man. I had to get rid of some stale chips for these guys, man. Which those chips sucked anyways, so. Washed out a little bit of soap, threw a quart of oil in there, and let them babies sit up in there until we're ready for assembly. Which tomorrow I'll put the panel on there, and I'll turn it around. We'll dump a whole bunch of oil in there, get that sucker lubed up, and then you know, obviously once that's all dry and stuff like that, I gotta find the right damn oil filter. I don't know why this is different, but I've bought two, and dude, I said it was for a 94 351 Windsor, and that's not the right one. I think it's a FL6 or some shit, so we'll have to check that out. I'm stoked, guys, I really am, but it's wearing me. It's wearing me out, man. And you know, it's just one of those damn things. Oh yeah, and I got these frickin' billet pulleys, man. I'm really stoked about those. I got those on eBay, and man, it's gonna look good. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, you probably won't ever see this engine much because it's gonna be in the damn boat underneath the hood. Which, hey, you know what? You're gonna hear it in the water. I got the regular roller tip rockers, you know. And yeah, it's a bunch of money, man. It's a damn boat, but it's also a hobby, you know. People, that's what I tell my wife, you know. I'm like, dude, you like scratch offs and, you know, playing the lottery. I like building boat engines, or I like building engines. I like, you know, doing that. So I've spent some money, man, but whatever, you know. You only live once. That's the way I look at it. And I want this boat to I want this boat to be around the family. I really do. It's got too much of me in it now, and it's like, I thought about selling it. I thought about getting rid of it, but there's no way. There's just no way, man. I think I'd cry. You know what I mean? So, but it's looking good, guys. I'm just trying to get everything wrapped up, and I know I haven't been doing a lot of video feeds on it, but I promise you I will keep you along here, and make sure everything is pinpointed in what I'm doing. I guess the next feed I'll show y'all is when I put the heads on, because I still got to check for push rod clearance, make sure those are good. So I guess we'll do another feed when I do that. I bought a bunch of grade 8 hardware for the water pump and all that stuff, which reminds me, I need to tighten that shit up. Forgot about that. And take this off. Well, shit. See if I can set y'all up real quick, because I gotta tighten these water pump bolts. There we go. distributor. I had that Mallory with the ballast resistor, but dude, that's old news, and I want to put a one-wire distributor on there, something that's gonna, last. But last time I tried it on this engine, I had to do a modification to the water neck, the thermostat housing, because the outside diameter of the HEI distributor was 5 1/4, and there just wasn't enough space. There just wasn't enough space for that HEI to fit in there. And I saw a dude on Super Forums, Michael Hunter or something like that, Super Boat Forums, and he looked like he made it work, and it was on a Windsor too. So I don't know. I'll have to try it out. DUI or performance distributors, they have some stuff too. So we'll have to look into that. Another thing, all the timing cover bolts, everything's about 25 foot-pounds. I did torque these. Obviously, you can't hit the ones with the wrench, but I mean, tight is tight. You know what to do. So I'll show you. Kind of. This is a true roller. We got spider gear, and I'll have the dog bones put in there. That all comes with that kit, and the roller tips on the rockers. I tell y'all, I got this engine from City Motors over here in Dallas, and I kind of made a boo-boo. So what I did is I went online and I went to wholesaleengines.com, and I saw a short block for like $700, or yeah, something like that. And I told him I wanted 30 over and brass plugs and all this stuff, and turned out to be about 1,000 shipped. I gave him my old core, and this guy referred me to City Motors. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about City Motors. Time will tell. Hopefully everything checked out, dude. I checked all the in play in the crank. I checked the gap in between the piston rods. Dude, I suspect it all out, man. I mean, straight from the manual, everything is within tolerance. And so, by my hand and my good thing, but my feeler gauges and my calipers, they're just like anybody else's calipers. Now, I'm not no engine builder by profession, only by hobby, but it looked good to me, man. And it took a long time for me to actually purchase an engine, or figure out if I was going to do a rebuild, send off my old block to the machine shop, and have them do it all out. And it was going to be like, I think it was like around $1,400 to have it all done and put pistons in it. And that's probably about right. But I've spent quite a bit on this rebuild so far, and everything's about the budget and about what I want out of it. So this engine's probably gonna be pushing about 350. Probably 350 at the 375 at the crank, horsepower, and about 425 torque. I actually did a computerized dyno online that you just spec in all the numbers. Piston, this compression ratio is 9.6 to 1, and so I did this dyno. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. See if I can pull this up. But you put in all your numbers, and it said around What did it say? Oh hell, where's it at? There it is. Yeah, average is about well, there we go. Peak torque is 435, peak horsepower is 377, and it gives you all the ramp rates, you know, all the way from 2000 RPM to 45. This boat's going to top out at like 4600 RPM, so, you know, right in that range, dude. But I'm not going to push it to that limit. I mean, maybe once or twice. Don't get me wrong, we're always going to hammer the throttle at some point, but I'm going to take it slow at first and you know, break it in right, especially with all these new valve springs. And I mean, it's cool, man. You know, that's one thing I guess that's kept me moving is I got all these new parts, and I've never really done that. I've never put performance parts on an engine, or, you know, besides an intake or a couple heads or whatever. But I mean, this is a full-blown, dude, cams, heads, you know, valves, valve springs, I mean, the whole nine, dude. So I'm pretty stoked about it, but then again, it's been stressful as hell, so what isn't, you know? But anyways, I'm gonna get off here, guys, and I hope y'all follow the feed. I'll update you as soon as I can with everything and see where we're at. Damn, I gotta clean this damn garage. It's just sometimes when you get going, it's like, man, everything's just falling on the ground. Whatever, you know, move on. Well, anyways, guys, if you like the video, definitely leave a thumbs up, comment, share it. You know, I need to get some more subscribers so I can get more of these videos out. And let me know what y'all want to see, man. The kids have been ripping it up on the motorcycles. My littlest one just ran over his brother the other day, which wasn't cool, but you know, he thought it was pretty cool. But you know, kids are kids, man. So anyways, give me a thumbs up, guys, if you liked it. If you didn't, tell me in the comments. You know, everything is good these days. Good, bad, or negative, it don't matter. Anyways, I'm out of here for now. Y'all take it easy. Peace, guys.